Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Black Travel Across America. This is a National Geographic documentary. It is 44 minutes long. It is from 2023, so it's pretty new. It's about a year and a half old, so probably came out in February of 2023 during Black History Month, because a lot of special new programming gets added around that time on Disney Plus and on so many other channels. But what we get is a woman named Martinique Lewis right here, and she travels across the country following the paths of what is called the Green Book. And I've themed it color-wise. There you go. The Green Book is something that Black families, just travelers, musicians, they use that as a means to find their way around America, and not just the South, but to find places that are safe havens for them, where they wouldn't get treated differently, even if they were having to put themselves in a situation where they were treated separately. At least it wouldn't be dangerous, as it was for so many, especially in the South, but it would also just give them a place where they knew that it's full of a series of recommended businesses, whether it's a hotel, whether it's a restaurant, a place to get your hair cut. These places where she goes, there's like 114 entries just for New York itself, and this is from like I think the 20s through the 50s. There's also a decent feature on this that takes place in Kansas City, that is the home of the Negro baseball leagues. So all in that, they had to travel around the country by bus very often, and they could play in these towns for people's entertainment, but they couldn't stay in any hotels, or they couldn't eat at a diner or a restaurant. Places where they went, they might have had separate bathrooms, but these people who came out to see them, they had businesses in their towns. They were like, well, no, your skin's a different color, so therefore you do not get to use the facilities. You do not get to have a cheeseburger. You can't sleep in a bed. That's pretty much what the Green Book was written in order to support. Because there's a lot of back in the early 1900s, Henry Ford, despite not being a fantastic guy in his own right, he kind of sympathized with the Nazis. Henry Ford made cars affordable, and that meant if you had a decent amount of money, you could buy one, and you could take your family on vacations around the country, see the national parks, see different parts, visit family in different parts of the country. You were taking your life in your hands doing that in many cases. So you travel at night. I'm telling you all the bad parts, all the suffering parts. What Martinique does here, she actually puts a very upbeat attitude towards all of this. She's not there. Yeah, there's definitely the stories of struggle, but as one of the gentlemen makes a point that she interviews in Kansas City, it's, you can talk about my struggle, but there's a lot you can learn from our triumphs. And it's especially when it comes to the Negro League, they were making history without intending to. They were the catalyst for a lot of change in the world. So, especially in baseball. So, and they were fantastic players. So it's the kind of thing, even though they were looked down upon as lesser human beings, or if human beings at all, they made a name for themselves. And unfortunately, I don't think too many of them, or any of them, maybe left anymore, but they are shown. There's a museum there that celebrates the Negro Baseball League. So if you go to Kansas City, Missouri, you will find that museum if you want to go there. They also go to Denver, Colorado, which I didn't think would be such a big place for African American communities, but 5 Points is that place, and it's historically preserved. National historically preserved. Yeah. And so they talk about the struggles that went on there, and how there was once, I know I'm kind of giving away some stuff here, sorry, but there was once a guy who was so light-skinned. There's a story you don't hear, and they tell it a whole lot better than I do, so I suggest watching this if you're interested in hearing the full story. But there was a black gentleman who was so light-skinned that he could pass for white, and he joined the Ku Klux Klan. Yeah, he joined the Klan, and he was able to get information from them and spread it in order to prevent attacks from happening, to keep the communities, because there were people planning on attacking these communities, these peaceful, burgeoning and sometimes thriving communities, just because color of skin. We have a horrible history, and by the way, Black history is American history. You can say, oh no, we got to keep this over here, we're going to make children guilty. Nope. You're not making them feel guilty. You're understanding that their parents or grandparents or great-grandparents weren't paragons of virtue because of the color of their skin. It's the truth. I can't wait till they look back at this generation during this time. Ugh. Many, many years from now. Or next week. Anyway, yes, let's pick. Got the numbers machine up here. I definitely say check this out if you're interested in Black history. If you are Black, if you come from a culture and you want to understand your culture better, never be afraid of your history, no matter how ugly it looks, for you or for the people that stood against you. If you're white, don't be afraid of your history. Understand where you came from, and understand how we can all be better than what we were in the past. Why would we want to be worse? Why would we want to go back to being worse than what we were? We always want to be better. Not superior to others, but better than who we once were. Black history is American history. It's just the way it is. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. 42. Come on. Almost. We almost had a short. It's so long since we had a short, but it's another documentary, or it's a reality show. I'm not sure. This does not sound like either one. Actually, it sounds more like a reality show, but I have no idea. I got to recheck these color codings, because some of these things, when I research them, I just have a feeling they're not documentaries or reality shows. Don't know, but 42 is Bring It. I don't know what it is. Somebody's is bringing something. It's been brought in. Bring It on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.